All right, what's up, people? Holy shit, I'm getting the countdown again. 49 minutes. But the funny thing is, I have enough beer cans to solve the fucking problem. Anywho, this is going to be my fourth in the series of Tibetan Masters. And this is the guy that, and I'm probably, you know what, maybe I'll do another one. I don't know. But this guy is the pinnacle of Tibetan thought, in my opinion. Basically, if you had to compare him to someone, you would compare him to St. Thomas Aquinas within the Catholic tradition. As far as what he did, how he elevated everything. Now, there's a lot of little, what they do is that they tell these stories, especially like, for example, when they're selecting the new Dalai Lama, the way they do it is that they have, it could be 5 or 7, it's always going to be a 5, 7, or 9. 5, 7, or 9 objects, because like I told you, the Tibetans and they love their fucking numbers, man. Especially prime numbers. And they'll throw these objects in front of a child that has been selected because of certain, what they call, maybe marks of Dharma or something like that. I'm not going to get too far into it because I think some of it's goofy. Whereas I am a Tibetan Buddhist in the Nyingma tradition, I still see through a lot of it, and I think a lot of it is, how should we say, superstition that's been carried over. But that's okay. They're really cool guys. They're really awesome guys. But this guy, whose name is amongst those who hold him dear, is basically, wait for it, he's holding it from my mouth. Wait for it. Longchenpa. Longchenpa is the greatest teacher of Tibetan Buddhism. And honestly, when you say Tibetan Buddhism, that's kind of, putting the cart in front of the horse. The horse is ultimately the Buddhism. He understood that. One of the most interesting things about him was that he was perceived to be a direct reincarnation of a girl, a princess, a Tibetan princess. He was a reincarnation of a girl. Yeah, it works that way sometimes. You ever wonder how that works? I'm a boy in this life, I'm a girl in the next life. Yeah, exactly. Now, what I want to say is that you should search out everything written by this man. And you should study what they tell you of his life, because even if it isn't true, which I think about 75 to 85% of it is not true, it doesn't matter. It's after the fact that he was basically quasi-deified. What I want to do is, because I've already given you in postmodern Satanism, if you flip it right about down the middle, you're going to see that I include a tantra. It's a Semznid tantra, which Semznid means nature of mind. That was his pinnacle. It's the summation of Buddhism. I'm not going to fucking read that, because if I do, this will be a 49-minute video and I'll die by reading it. However, what I will read is his prayer. Sorry. First name Al, last name Kaholic. What I will do is I will read his prayer and you can read along with me. Now, what is a yogi? It's just a guy that thinks he's smart. Oh, yogis, how joyous and happy it is. Tonight, in the unexcelled Buddha field, in one's own body, the palace of the peaceful and wrathful deity. I said peaceful. I'm already fucking shit up. In one's own body, the palace of the peaceful and wrathful deities, the mandala of Buddha's clarity and emptiness, has developed. The Buddha does not exist externally, but within oneself. This is because of the kindness of the Lama. Now, when he says Lama with the capital L, that means like the chief of all. It's basically the Buddha nature itself. The Lama, and again, same thing, does not dwell outside, but within. The Lama of primordial purity and spontaneous presence dwells in the state of clarity and emptiness, free from apprehensions. Oh, mediators. That means anything getting in the way. Whose mind dwells alone? Do not hold your thoughts in yourself, but let them go wherever they are at ease. As the mind is emptiness, whether it goes or dwells, whatever arises is the play of wisdom. By knowing the process of the inner five lights, the external lights of the sun and moon have arisen continuously. By ending internal and external thoughts at their roots. You see how I did that? Good and bad external circumstances have arisen as the great bliss. By increasing the inner essence, the clouds of external dakinis have always gathered. By liberating the inner knots of the light channels, these are like what are called mandalas. No, they're internal. They're like meridians of like Chinese. Well, it's not just Chinese, but it's Asian. Just in general, the way that, energy moves through the body. The external knots of apprehender and apprehended are liberated. I go to the state of clarity and great bliss. Oh, Rana, and brothers and sisters, it is happy and joyful. Now, that was a prayer that he said upon his what's called transmission. A transmission is when you get given a belt level, I would say, but it's more than a belt level. This man needs to be read to really be understood. I mean, I could just basically flip open this thing to anything he says. Thus, this teaching, the essence of the sun, illuminated by the rising of immaculate radiance, today in the struggling age, when people are enveloped in the darkness of wrong views, in order to dispel those conditions, this absolute path is composed. By virtue of writing this, may all living beings who are like myself attain liberation in the primordial state and simultaneously, without any remaining. May they fully perfect the qualities of abandoning and realization and become the sovereigns of Dharma who spontaneously accomplish the benefits of others. We can get into some of this. I mean, this man, like I said, was the Thomas Aquinas of his age. Buy this book. Read his teachings. They are tantras. You know, what they say is, and I understand this because I'm half of a traditionalist. What they say is, what Jesus said. Don't cast your pearls before the swine. But when you're in an age of swine, when you're surrounded by swine, what else are you going to do? Seriously. The tantras are buried treasure revealed by a siddha, or like even a bodhisattva, as he is recognized as both someone that can just bring things forward to the light for you to be able to fucking figure it out for yourself. He's the greatest of all Tibetan masters, in my opinion. I don't know where I can go from here. I know there's places I can go. I already went modern, so... And I'm not going to fucking do the Dalai Lama, because I think, I've already fucking... Peace be upon him. He's going to convert to Islam soon. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. He's not going to. But no, blessings be upon him, I don't like what he's been doing with his stewardship of Tibet. I believe he's a Gelig school. I'm not entirely sure. I fucking forget. But Nyingma lost out a long time ago. It's kind of like if you went to the Catholic tradition, they start talking about Tridentine Mass. It's old school Mass. It's like, okay, we got to do it old school, Nyingma is old school. Figuring out what Buddhism really means in its essence. I gave you his prayer. In postmodern Satanism, I gave you the ultimate tantra. Read this man. He is super fucking awesome. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to fucking ripple this shit. Ripple this shit. Where are we going to go? Here we go. You see what I'm saying? Why didn't I read it? Exactly.